Welcome back to the Burn 'em Up podcast brought to you by Food City. It's been a couple weeks since we've been with you. We were on the road with basketball at the beginning of March. Then last week was spring break, so we're back with you. And if you've listened or watched this podcast for a while, you know we don't have repeat guests all that often. The only other time it's happened was Ashley Symes after she won the ITA National Championship in tennis. So I brought another national champion with us here today. Aria Hawkins back for the second time on the Burn 'em Up podcast. She is the newest Lee University individual national champion. She took the 3,000 meter title home at the indoor championships for the NCAA Division II last week in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Aria, first of all, congrats on that. When did it fully sink in that you had won and were a national champ?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it was when I went down on the track and I was able to see Coach Morgan and my mom and everyone was crying and I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Yeah.
So talk me through the 3,000 meter race. You're battling, you're right there, fourth or fifth most of that race. Mm-hmm. You had that final kick the last couple of rounds. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, so when we started the race, I really was like, stay relaxed, be patient. I'm trying to, self-talk. You can do it. You are capable. It's going to be okay. So I'm just trying to stay in the groove, be patient, not move too early. And then the second half of the race, when I moved to second, I just was like, okay, just matching moves, stay there. And then Coach had told me, he was like, you can either go right before the last lap or on the back bend. So I went on that back bend, and that last just like turn, I'm like, you can win. And it worked out. Coach did a good job with his strategy.
How did you feel the pace was from everybody when you first took off from the whole pack?
Yeah, I could tell it wasn't going to be super slow, but I felt rather comfortable.
Okay.
It was the second fastest time I've ever run in a 3K. Okay. So it wasn't slow by any means, but I felt very like, okay, this is reasonable, but it's going to string out the field.
Right. Yeah. It definitely did, because it was the first I was watching at home, and there's a whole group, about 6 or 7 from probably half the race, and then it started slowly backing down. Second to last lap, you're coming up on lapped traffic, essentially.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind when you're seeing them in front of you, like, oh, I've got to get around them?
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to move into lane 2, because people do that sometimes when they're getting lapped, but they stayed in lane 1. It was right on that curve. I was like, oh man, I hope I don't waste too much energy trying to swing wide. But it worked out.
Well, you and the other person battling for first at that place both had to go kind of wide. You went a little wider and still had enough on that kick to make it down. Did you get a little burst of energy? Like, okay, I've got to make this a little bit longer run?
Yeah. I was really focusing on my form. I was like, high knees, really just pushing, pumping the arms. Because that girl, she also has a mean kick. So I was like, I got to go.
Yeah. You also got to run in the DMR. You guys took 6th place in that championship. Talk me through that race.
Oh, that race was a lot of fun. For that race, I was really just so excited for the rest of the team to be able to be on that stage, and they're so young and doing so well. So when I got the baton, we were in 9th, and I knew that I could move us ahead a bit, and I had to really trudge hard. But when I was just thinking the whole time, like, I got to do it for the kids. Get them. We got to get a trophy. It's going to be fun. But they did a wonderful job. Kaylin and Katie is their first national championship. Maddox had already run the 400 that day. Right. So everyone just worked really hard. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was Katie Beam, Kaylin Owen, Maddox Mayfield, of course, Aria running that. They finished in 6th place with a time of 11:33.63. Is that one of your better times as a group, or is that about what you've normally been doing?
That's a pretty solid time for us as a group. Nationals is less about time and more just about place. Our fastest time was the time we qualified to get in with, but they did a good job just competing and going for it. So,
what was that facility like to run at? Because it's basically a big convention center. They bring in a track. It's not like it's a permanent, like in Birmingham, where that track is there basically all the time. What was that facility like for you?
The facility is really nice. It was nice because we had like a gym where they had set up bleachers for everyone to sit in away from the crowd, which made it seem more low key because it's a little more stressful to be at nationals than maybe at GSEs. But it was nice open space, and then that track, the straightaways are shorter. I think they're 30 meters, and the curves are longer, which just allows you to. Okay. It's a faster track. At least that's what Coach told me.
Okay. So does that make a difference when it's shorter on the straightaways and longer on the turns? Does that put a lot of different thought into how you're running a race?
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of more thought, but I think for me at least, when I'm running those straightaways, since they're shorter, I don't think about them being shorter, but I'm like, oh yeah, I'm so fast. Look how fast I'm running these straightaways. In reality, they're a little shorter, and then the turns, I'm just not having to turn so tightly. It can be more gradual. So,
what's your favorite indoor track that you run on?
Boston's track is really fast, so that's fun. It just feels like a trampoline that you're running on, honestly. Okay. Yeah, and I do like Birmingham's track a lot. A lot of people get hate.
Well, you've won enough there, so you should like that one.
Yeah, it's good memories there.
Well, we turned our attention to outdoor, no rest for the weary, essentially. This weekend, we're going to host our first meet. What are you competing in this weekend? This weekend,
I'm just on pacing duty. So I'll be pacing the 5K and the 15, and then next week I'll race again.
Dive back in. So you get, I guess, a little bit of a break. You're not trying to set any marks here, but what are you looking at when you look at nationals this year? What are you hopefully to qualify in?
Yes. Hopefully the 5K. I've never qualified for the 5K before, so that would be awesome. And then the 1500, which I have qualified in before.
Which one would you prefer if you had only get to choose one of those?
Oh, the 15.
The 15. Is that your favorite distance? For outdoor, maybe?
For outdoor, yeah. It's a close battle between 15 and the 800.
Okay. What's the difference in how you train for or prepare mentally for a 1500 compared to a 3000? Obviously, it's double the distance, but one's indoors, one's outdoors.
Yeah. Let me think. So for the 3K, so our training stays pretty much the same. I say there's a few workouts that I might do differently. So I might focus a little bit more on speed when I'm doing the 1500 and a little more on strength for the 3K. But you need to have that speed in the 3K. I think I closed my last mile in 4:53. So that's fast too. So I don't know.
Last year, you did not run in the outdoor championship. You did cross country and indoor. Did not do the outdoor. This year, you didn't do cross country and do an indoor and outdoor. How weird was that? Not running cross country for the first time.
It was weird. It was really weird. I've been doing cross country since I was in the 8th grade, so it was the first time I hadn't run it in a while. But it was fun. I was able to do some unattached races, and I still trained with the team and. So it wasn't too bad. It was helpful for me because I just started a master's program.
Sure.
And it was my first semester. So it allowed me to get used to the master's program without the stress of being like, oh, I got to race and run these fast times. I can just train through. And
doing a master's is way different than undergrad because you've got different class times and it's a different workload, essentially.
Yeah. I really enjoy the work that I'm doing a lot more. The only thing is since it's a master's program and we have such a small cohort, I feel like the assignments mean a lot more.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Sure. This year, the GSC Championship for outdoor will be in Montevallo. When was the last time you ran at Montevallo's track? Was it the GSC Championship a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I think it was my junior year.
What's that track like? Or that facility, if you remember?
Yeah, I remember it was hot and there were cicadas out. And I did not like the cicadas. I'm not a fan of bugs. But no, I remember that race going well. And we had a lot of good stuff going. So
it'll be April 30th through May 2nd, so it'll probably be pretty hot again down in Montevallo.
That's okay.
And then the national championships will be in Emporia, Kansas, May 21st through 23rd. Have you been in that facility before?
Yes,
What's that one like?
That one, I liked their facility. It was really big, and they also had a gym for us to sit in with air conditioning.
Oh, very good. Very
good. I appreciate the air conditioning. But yeah, that was a good facility, I remember.
We want to take away from this final, I guess, semester of competing. You won a national championship, you still got a chance for another one at outdoor. But what do you want to take away as a big picture from this final semester of a collegiate athlete?
Oh, man, I just want to really enjoy every moment. I'm never going to run at this level again. I could, be like everyone else, but I'm going to do a half marathon one day. But my mom ran in college. She's like, you got to enjoy. You're never going to step on the track and be this fit again and run with a team.
Right.
So I just want to enjoy the moment, really uplift our new freshmen and be like passing the torch. You guys can do it because they have so much potential. There's a good little class. So I really just want to invest in them and just have a great end. Yeah.
Aria Hawkins, the newest Lee University national champion, won the 3,000 meters in the indoor championship. She gets ready for the outdoor coming up this week. Aria, thanks so much for joining us and congrats on the championship.
Thank you so much.